a show by Lauderdale, Jones, Scott, and Smith, Winston, Leak. You better act right. Don't drive slow and be wild at night. 'Cause you need to know that if you do, that Scotty Ray is watching you. He's everywhere. He's everywhere. That man is faster than a scalded cat. If you do something dumb, then you better run with haste. Scotty Ray's at a wreck before it ever takes place.
And good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. This is Odie, and as we break the news to you, 22 with a wind chill of 11.
Hey, we made the twos this morning.
Yes, we did.
So,
my heavens, it's cold outside. Did y'all get cold coming in?
It wasn't that bad.
Well, she parks inside anyway.
Yeah, I do. I park inside.
My truck said 19.
Oh, boy. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Well,
fine.
you live south of here.
That's right.
Do y'all remember the group Kansas? I don't know what they sang, but I can remember Carry Onward, Wayward Son. Is that it?
That's one of them.
Carry On. They played that on television once on a movie I saw. But the front man has got cancer. They're canceling shows. They're regrouping thing there. Didn't know that. Yeah, that's it. Carry On, My Wayward Son. You'll have time to something.
Yeah, I know the song. But
Do you know the words to that, Julia?
I don't know. It sounds familiar, but I'm probably
That was a big
probably
one.
if we let him sing it, I would recognize it a little bit better.
Oh, everybody said you look gorgeous.
Well, what
Well,
about
one person
Greg? He dressed up for Mardi Gras too.
That's his ink pen.
No.
Just in case you need to sign
Put it behind his ear.
That's right.
Tomorrow's
Contract.
Meridian Mardi Gras, so we're going to talk about it later.
Yeah,
I had to get dressed for the
Are
festivities.
you riding with us, or are you still going to be the queen?
I'm riding on the Queen's float, so with my king.
Oh, who is
It's
the
not
king?
Greg.
What? I can't believe Greg wasn't even nominated
I
this year.
didn't. I'm not the person that chose. So, or else it would have clearly been someone in this room.
Seriously, because I don't know this. Who chose the winners of that? How
It's
did
the
that
Mardi
come-
Gras committee every year, and it is not a big, complicated thing. I'm not going to act like it is, but it is. If you look at the years past, it's people that are involved in downtown that contribute
Okay.
to downtown and are involved in making it a better place and active in it. And so it's kind of just an opportunity to recognize those people. So it's me this year.
Well, congratulations.
Oh, lucky you.
so who's the king this year?
Mr. Castle.
Oh,
Yes,
as
Michael
in
Castle.
Michael
The
Jr. or-
junior. There's a lot of them, but yes.
There's Michael. Well, there's Mike. And
Mike.
There's
Mike
Mike
Cass-
Jr. and then there's Michael the Third.
Yes.
So
So
this
this is Michael Jr.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
So he's in his 50s.
Yes.
Okay. Making sure we had the right one.
I think I would have said 40s, Michael, but Scotty Ray said 50s. So
I think he's
But the
close
one-
to my age. I think
the one round about that age is going to be your king of Meridian Mardi Gras.
because it's a whole heap of them. You have to make sure you got the right one.
We actually had a joke about it yesterday because he said he referred to other Michael, and I was like. I was thinking he's not in high school, but I was like, well, they got so many, maybe there is one.
It could be. And of course, that's Castle downtown Meridian is what we're referring to there by the railroad tracks there. It's going to be a big time. What time does the parade begin and all that?
The parade is at 4. We actually start activities on City Hall lawn at 10:30, and that's going to be the dog contest, and Crew of Barkus will follow right after that. So anybody can bring their dog down, dressed up, and put them in the pageant. There's prizes. The parade will Crew of Barkus parade will run immediately after that. Then at noon starts entertainment on the main stage. All your food vendors will be opened up, and kids' activities on City Hall lawn, crawfish, king cake vendors, face painting, all that good stuff until 4 o'clock. And at 4 o'clock, Crew of Mardis parade rolls, and that we'll kind of come around City Hall down 23rd across Front Street and back up 22nd is going to be the parade route. So you can just line up and it'll be a lot of fun.
yes.
Greg, where's your queen's crown?
Why didn't you get me a crown? We're excited because the weather looks better than it did. It's going to be mid 50s and sunny. So that's we think it's going to be a good day.
The wind will be the hurtful part of it.
Well, the wind doesn't look
And
bad.
it doesn't look bad.
Yeah, I've already
Wind's
looked at
5
it.
miles an hour.
So we can deal with that. That
Yeah.
20-mile-an-hour wind's what hurts.
Boy, yesterday was rough. It was gusting yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
I stayed in but
that heat index was something.
No wind inside.
And it will be Sunday night before we finally get above freezing for a nighttime low. So this stuff is not quite over yet. I know it's getting better, but we'll get into the 50s tomorrow for the first time. It's 45 today.
Yeah.
So blessings that is tomorrow.
Yeah.
Get a splash of heat.
And it's always Mardi Gras. You know, it's always a tricky time of year. So we'll take tomorrow's weather. It's gonna be, it'll be warm enough with the sun out for everybody to enjoy it. We've had it at similar weather temperatures and had a good turnout, so I think it's going to be good.
Now, is it celebrated? Because I don't know, I don't quite understand this holiday or who actually celebrates Mardi Gras. Is there a group of people behind that? Like the French, are they behind this? Is this what this is? And does it happen at the same time everywhere? Or?
Yes. I mean, there's Mardi Gras in Pensacola and Mobile and New Orleans.
Started in Mobile.
Right. But Mardi Gras season starts 12 days after Christmas and then runs. Runs and I forget how many days it is where Fat Tuesday, Ash Wednesday. Fat Tuesday is the day before Ash Wednesday, and so that's how the celebration runs. And then you start. It's like a celebration before you go into a season of Lent. Is the origination of the.
If you got it in you, get it out.
Yeah.
So let me get this straight. All right, this is a religious holiday, is what I'm being told.
Its origins are, and its scheduling is based in that. And there are a lot of traditions in places that have Mardi Gras that are very religious based, but it also obviously has expanded outside of that, much like Christmas.
Well, Greg, help me out here. Everything I know about Mardi Gras is nothing but drinking and beads. Am I
that's
not
a
right?
really incorrect conception. If you've been to Bourbon Street to celebrate Mardi Gras, then yes, that's what you believe it is. But in reality, in Louisiana or New Orleans, like uptown and stuff like that, it's a very family-friendly, socializing, togetherness sort of event.
If you want beads in Mobile, you ask for beads.
Yeah.
That's it. Now, New Orleans, if you want beads, there's one surefire way to get them.
In very small areas, most of the parades like that run uptown, like the big parades and stuff, day parades, those are the most fun.
And moon pies come into where
they throw all kinds of things. We'll have all different throws too.
And one last question, because again, I don't know these things. I think there's other people like me that are scared to admit it. It's been going on forever and they just don't understand it. Where does this baby inside of a cake come from?
I don't know where that comes from. I didn't know I was going to have to do Mardi Gras quizzing. Did you just take a phone call?
Well, checking on something.
Anyways, I know it means it's good luck if you get the baby, but do you know why they put the baby in
I ain't
there?
got a clue.
Okay.
The only thing I like about Mardi Gras is the king cake and the food. I'm sorry.
Well, we're going to have plenty of that tomorrow. So there's even stuff for things like Greg.
We do have a float in it. Greg's going to be chunking beads tomorrow, so y'all make sure that Greg sees you if you want a bead.
You're coming.
Thinking about it.
Okay.
Odie's going to be there chunking beads.
Yeah.
I love it. Our throws we're doing some more traditional throws from our float. When you go to New Orleans Mardi Gras, it's not just beads. They'll throw all kinds of stuff. Kids' toys. I mean, a different parade.
I've got
different stuff.
I got a sack of rocks like Ernest T. Bass.
That'll straighten the crowd up, won't it?
Ruin everything.
You gonna use a slingshot, did you?
I've got some rubber chickens and some rubber duckies. And all
I ain't going to that party.
Good morning. It's Fun Friday. We'll be back with more.
Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs, your local pharmacy and gift shop, thanks you for your continued support. Whether you shop with us in store, through our app, over the phone, or in our drive-thru, our team will provide the best personalized customer service experience you expect from your local pharmacy. When you call or message us, you are promptly greeted by the Mr. Discount team that's ready to help. When you choose our pharmacy, you're choosing a locally owned pharmacy that cares about you and your community. Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs makes a difference.
H&H Residential of Meridian is your #1 carpet and flooring store. If you've been thinking of a new look for your home or office, call for a free estimate or consultation. H&H can install or you can do it yourself. H&H has all of your design needs from color, style, and texture. If you can dream it, H&H can make it a reality. Come see the large selection of hardwood flooring, laminate, vinyl, and even carpet. H&H Residential of Meridian, open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4, 321 Hawkins Crossing Road. Call Rosemary anytime, 601-462-9541.
Welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray as we get our acts together. Hey, did y'all know that we got 2 new employees in the city of Meridian?
Well, 2 new certified. They've been employees, but now they're certified.
What they've been doing?
firefighters.
Just sitting there on a bench?
Oh no, they've been learning. They work their butts off.
They get tested quite a bit.
Yeah.
There we go. Congratulations, this. And I'm assuming that this is a pretty tough test to pass and go through the academy to be certified.
It is 7 weeks of physical training that goes along with class work, lots of studying, lots of tests, lots of physical attributes that go with this. It is a heck of a class that they just went through.
So I'm going to see them also dragging the tire around out front of the fire station from time to time?
Well, now, I don't know if they'll get that crazy, but yeah, we do have a few of them that likes to flip in big tractor tires.
And you know, I fully respect that now after being at a few wrecks and realizing
what they do.
Yeah, because let me tell you something. Greg, I mentioned this the other day. There was a wreck on the interstate, and it was a slope that was just like this, and the emergency officials had to tow 2 people up that hill.
Oh, gosh.
And let me tell you something, it was rough. I toted the bag for everybody. I mean, I pitched in where I could help. I knew I couldn't do that. I dropped somebody. Y'all hand me a bag.
I usually become a liability instead of an asset on a scene like that. But no, they earn their money, and they train, and hats off to them. Meridian Fire Department does a great job.
Because let me tell you, that old boy that was hurt laying on that, because it's a wood board, I think it, or plastic. It's plastic, and he really wasn't wanting any jarring going up that hill. Bless his heart.
Oh gosh,
and
that sounds awful.
You just don't realize, when you're going down the highway, of what's going on below there when you see those lights. It's some rough situations.
Now, so Hollingsworth. It's on the left of that screen. That's also our friend John Hollingsworth's son. That's with Metro.
I was wondering.
He looks better than his daddy.
Yeah,
Did you take this picture, Scotty Ray?
No, I missed that.
It's got like a heat of the night vibe, like the color.
Now, the guy on the right, Damon Ford. Now, not only did he graduate, but he graduated with honors.
That's great.
He had the highest GPA in the class. When they started this class, there was 31 people who started this class over 7 weeks.
Ended up with 37 at the end.
15 graduated.
Wow, that's serious. That's kind of like highway patrol.
It is tough. It is not an easy deal. You're there Monday, Friday morning, or Friday, you come home that afternoon. You go back Sunday night, and you do that for 7 weeks.
And
it's kind of like sorority, isn't it?
They continue. It's not okay. We're in. I got my certificate.
And
it's
we're
a never. And it's the same way we talking about paid. Same way with volunteers. Just because you went through the certification, they never quit training. They're training on dump tanks, on moving water shuttles. But volunteer fire service, we're blessed in Lauderdale County with our volunteers and with our city fire department.
And speaking of them, let me just show you. This is one of the situations. I don't know if y'all were out and about yesterday afternoon when all this broke out, but as you go up to, what's it called now? Uptown Mall? That's what it's called. It's no longer Bonita Lakes Mall. Uptown. Here's the scene there at the intersection. Y'all look at this. Flipped car, emergency responders all over the situation here, passing out those vests. And that's the way it was. Minor injuries involved with this, believe it or not.
Golly.
But and I take it, and I'm just looking at this, that the car got tapped there and it overturned the car over.
You could be like
you don't tap a car and it overturn.
How's that, Greg?
I'm pretty good lick.
There's a good lick there.
You've been to so many wrecks. I feel like you could be one of those reconstruction.
I'm pretty
people.
good at it. Yeah, they just don't like me to put my opinion, so I I just put the facts, man.
Okay.
But it is interesting after you go to a few of these, you start to catch on, and you walk behind the highway patrol with their chalk and their little spray paint, and you catch on to what's going on.
You can do it by now. I mean, if this whole, I have a
Hand me that
little
clipboard.
show thing doesn't work out, you can go.
I tried to get him to go
Start
swim
working.
with us last
You
night.
can be a
Wouldn't
professional reconstruct,
Yeah.
a professional witness.
hang out with Steve and maybe learn something.
I don't know about professional, but
I tried to get him to go swimming last night. He wouldn't even come near the water.
I'm trying to find your pictures because somebody was, I think, hang on
whose
here.
pictures?
Of what was going on down at MCC. Somebody, were they in their shorts or what were they in, Odie? Because I almost didn't post it. I was like, oh my goodness, what happened here?
Okay. Anytime Scotty Ray says I'm trying to find your pictures.
Oh, yeah. Whew, boy.
Well, I'd beat you if you put
Your buddy John and I.
I ever catch you in a swimming pool, it's on.
Look where I threw that.
And that
baby,
will be the
look where I
last
threw
day that Scotty
baby,
Ray
Ruth.
does.
Are y'all doing that in sync swimming, like they do with the legs?
Synchronized. In sync.
You've got to train
gosh.
here, right? There's John right there, John and Ann.
Boy, I hope he got his hair dry before he left.
Oh my gosh.
But I want to thank MCC for allowing us to use that pool, an indoor heated pool, so we can train year round. If it wasn't for MCC, we'd have a lot of time that we couldn't get
Yes, you
water
could.
to do stuff.
Go out to Bonita and jump in.
It'd be
Real life.
You go and we'll follow behind.
Y'all need to train like those firefighters do.
We do. Several times. We've been in some real cold water.
I've seen Odie's lips blue,
And that was in the summer.
and he couldn't even talk. I'm telling you, it was cold. My Lord, it was cold. Odie come up and said, I seen 2 catfish with overcoats on.
That's cold.
But I was right there sitting on the side of the lake in case something happened.
And if you could have just got your truck down to where you could roll the window down.
Oh, I did. So the air it was August. It was hot.
I had the heat in the truck on.
That's in case he needed a radio help.
Well, I always figured
laughed so hard.
somebody's got to tell what happened.
That's right.
He went
That's
there.
Scotty Ray's job.
Yeah. But it was cold, I'm telling you.
I said, I know how that well digger feels.
That stuff's for real there. We also had another incident that happened yesterday. This would be right near the Mississippi Highway Patrol office. Now, I know there was a few complaints after I put up this picture. We had an accident where it was more or less, it wasn't a direct head-on, but it was similar to that. It squished the front of the car, and it took a few minutes to get the people out. Now, they were okay, some bruising, but there was no life-threatening adventures of this. So as we go here, let me show you this. And this is to show you how dangerous cars is, because this can happen to you. And this is what our firemen do every day. Y'all look at this when it comes around. That's those jaws of life. As the doors were hung, as it pushed the car back in, the doors wouldn't open. So they had to free the people that were inside to get out there. This could have been a lot worse.
You got in trouble for posting that picture?
I had some people that was yelling at me, saying that it was insensitive of me to do that. And
we have a lot of sensitive people in this world.
We do.
I formally give you my permission now, live on the air. If I'm ever in I don't care what you post, okay? I want people to know, hey, something happened.
Just get you out.
Yeah, get me out.
And the thing about this is the highway was blocked. So we got there as quickly as we can to let everybody know what was going on. It was not a life lost. Had there been a life lost, and let me tell all the bleeding hearts that I wouldn't have done it that way if someone had lost life. We don't do that.
And you can't tell whose car that was.
No, there's no way to tell that. And it's just what it was.
Some people's problem is they just need a problem, so you gave them one.
Yeah.
Well, their hair bun
at the
was too
time
tight.
when stuff like this happens, people are angry and they lash out at whatever they can. And I get it. We're all humans. Anytime something happens, somebody's got to be to blame or somebody had to do something wrong. And I totally, I mean, I get it.
Yeah.
But again, it's the news, people.
With those tools that those firemen were using, the jaws of life, those are extremely dangerous. And you've got to continue to train on them, especially now with electric cars. There's certain places that you can and you better not cut.
Really?
Oh,
yeah.
Yes, sir.
I didn't know
And
that.
I'm talking about one cut, and it could change that
Not to
whole
mention if
scene.
it catches on fire.
Catches on
Then you
fire,
can't put it out.
You can't put it out.
No.
So we rely on Lewis Wrecker and Simmons Wrecker, and they bring us cars that they have that we can use, and we set them
practice.
up and practice on cutting cars and everything else because it's so dangerous. So between those two, Terry Lewis and Ricky Simmons, they help us out a lot.
Have y'all ever
That's a
done
lot
the
of training.
cutting of the fence of an electric fence?
No.
Okay. No. Checking there. It's a few.
While
there.
it's on.
What kind of party was you at?
I think Greg peed on one.
Yeah, it goes back to them rubber ducks and chickens.
And, you know,
Did y'all
this-
ever do like your siblings like dare you to touch it?
Oh, yeah.
Everybody did
Yeah.
that.
Oh,
We did
yeah.
that for sure.
And the sad part, though, about electric fences now is that people will sue you if they try to break into your place. You got an electric fence. That's the bad part. That's what America.
That's what this country.
not the
That's what this
bad part.
country's came to.
Yeah.
The bad part is the judges who allow that suit to go through.
I have to go there. Also.
You know, hey, anybody has a right to sue, and a lawyer's going to talk you into it, but the judge has the say. The judge is the one going, yeah, come on in here.
Let me ask this, because I see a comment here, and what Austin put up about airbags. Now, as someone can get hurt working on a car trying to cut somebody out, isn't it also dangerous just to have it in your car, period, if you're in a wreck? Doesn't it come out at like 250 miles an hour?
You've got to weigh each situation. Is it
Good
more
and the
dangerous? You know,
bad,
that's
yeah.
like people can argue about a seatbelt. Well, if he hadn't had that seatbelt on, but you got to look at the other side. For every one that the seatbelt caused them harm, there's 999 that it probably saved their life. Same way with airbags. Yeah, they're sensitive, and in a wreck, those sensors get damaged, and like I think Odie
It may
says, like,
be long,
anything can
delayed
set it
reaction.
off at that time. And you're right, but that's why I always say, and I don't know why I'm not picking on women, but why keep your feet off the dash? You know, ever notice how women go down the road and have their foot propped up? If that airbag comes out of that dash, it's gonna put your feet behind your head.
Well, you ever drive down the road and you see a lot of women drive way up real close. They've
Yep.
got the steering wheel up here,
They can't help it.
and that is dangerous. You better get some 2x4s
Y'all
on
love
that
talking
pedal.
about women.
No, I'm just
We're
saying,
trying to
don't
keep them safe
don't
because we love them.
ever put your feet on a dash, and don't ever put anything on your dash, because that clipboard just become a projectile when that airbag went off.
Ooh, see, look at the
I mean,
things
they're
you
so
learn.
passionate. I'm
No, I mean,
I've
I've seen it. I mean,
If you see some of the stuff we see, you'd be passionate about it too.
and the thing about it, usually human reaction is to throw your arms up, and
Yeah.
that's how you get two broke arms.
Yep.
And usually the arm is what breaks the nose or eye socket when that airbag's coming out.
The best recourse to do when what do you do, Greg? Is it
Stay
just
at home.
just don't drive.
Walk everywhere.
No, honestly, you're going to react, and you can
There's
say
nothing-
I'm going to do this or I'm going to do that.
But that arm's
you
coming
don't know what you're going to do. Human nature, you throw your arms up.
Well, it's I still do this to this day, even by myself. I reach over when I slam on brakes with that arm,
And that was
the
a car
original
seat.
seatbelt.
Back in our day, that was the car seat.
Yeah.
Them old plastic seat covers on that car, hot. And well, in the summertime you'd be stuck to it, so
Yeah.
you wouldn't
Yeah.
have to get off. But yeah, Mama throw that arm over there, keep you from going
I
through
do
the
that
dash. Or you'd be laid up in the back window,
Rolled off. Yeah.
going somewhere that sun shining on that back window. Yeah.
yeah, we've all done that.
That's funny.
That was back when you didn't get much of a dent on a car.
Oh
You
no.
hit something solid, and but these cars now are designed to absorb the.
And I was anti-technology, like I am on most things, till I watched some videos of that. It's true. Cars 50 years ago, man, they could take a lick. I mean, they take a lick.
But you felt
But
everything
all the
you hit.
energy was going into the driver and the passenger.
Yeah.
And now all these lab coat wearing technology people have designed it where these cars, that the pressure, the impact goes away from the driver. So my hat's off. Everything I buy.
Somebody said you could get a horse.
I'll still take a 57 Chevrolet 2-door hardtop. I mean, I'll buy that.
I'm with you on that. Julie, what you think of that? Was he right?
Absolutely, sure. I stopped listening a couple of minutes ago, but it sounded good.
You know,
You sounded authoritative.
We were talking before the show.
That's a big old
about
word.
this whole winter and the cost of it. Poor Diane said she got her light bill and
Weighs 40
and
pounds.
the envelope weighed 40 pounds.
We'll talk about light bills in just a second. When it comes to enhancing your outdoor experience, you need a companion that can keep up. The Kubota RTV 850 Sidekick at Parrish is your ultimate utility vehicle for every adventure. From the deer camp to trail riding or just working around on the farm, the Sidekick delivers powerful performance and versatility. These units start at $15,499 cash and have a $2,000 rebate. Financing is available as low as $285 a month.
We welcome you to a new vehicle buying experience here at Doc's Toyota. Buying a new vehicle doesn't have to be stressful, but don't just take our word for it.
This was the best experience I've ever had buying a vehicle.
Doc's employees are top-notch.
I drove 2 hours, not once, but twice, to purchase 2 vehicles with a 5-month time frame.
Doc's delivers competitive pricing, a comprehensive selection, and flexible financing options, helping you get on the road from Carthage, Meridian, and beyond. There's a reason why there's no deal like a Doc's deal.
The Precast Group, offering you the best selection when it comes to a storm shelter. Located on 145 South in Meridian, where they offer above-ground shelters that can be installed in your home as you're built in, or conveniently located right outside your home if it's already built. They also offer storm shelters that can be installed in a slight bank or on flat ground. Protect your family today with a very affordable storm shelter from the Precast Group. Highway 145 South, 601-482-0003. The Precast Group. Welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray along with Odie. It's Fun Friday. We've got everybody here. I checked with, I don't know if y'all had a chance yesterday to look at the page, but there were some comments listed in Collins. What are y'all doing?
Just talking about nothing.
Y'all are up to something over there.
It's just funny when you think that we watch or follow. We do sometimes. A lot of times I'll just be like, what's happening, Scotty? You know, I want the person.
You got to have Facebook first.
I know.
Well, we had a situation happen at the gas pump out at Sefco on the night before last, and I got in touch because this was posted in Collinsville, and I checked with Sheriff Ward Calhoun, and he said, yes, indeed, it was reported around 8 a.m. This would have been, I guess, Wednesday night, since this is Friday. It wouldn't have been last night. It would have been the night before last. As we look at this, and here's the original post, and what this basically says is that a man approached some kids that were pumping gas with a gun. Now, he never asked for money. He walked away and then came back again and threatened. But at no point did he take anything and then just kind of wandered off. The clerk.
Where was this at the Sefco? Where?
Four-way stop in Marion.
Collinsville.
8 a.m. or 8 p.m.?
p.m.
Okay. 8 p.m. Okay, all right.
8 p.m.
All right, because you said it was reported at 8 a.m., and I mean, you know,
in Collinsville, like just walking up, you'd think that there was a vehicle somewhere. Or,
that place is never empty.
Now, and I have not seen video from the store. I'm sure the video has store footage of this, but he walked off into the darkness there, and they're just saying, be safe. They never found anyone. The Sheriff's Department is investigating it. So if you see something or saw something similar to this, call the Sheriff's Department. They'll be glad to investigate and put 2 and 2 together and maybe get an answer for whatever this was about.
Yeah. Be aware of your surroundings. I don't care if you're male, female, whatever, young, old. Watch what you're doing. Go to a well-lit place. Try not to get gas after dark.
We're saying a white Buick was involved, is what we're being told there. I did not know that, but could have been from anywhere. He could have just been passing through town. He could have been from out of state. Yeah, that's a lot of travel through there. But again, without taking anything, it's hard to really.
Right. What did he do? Well, I mean, a threat is simple. You can do simple assault by threat. I mean, but saying he's going to kill somebody, that's a thing. But I don't know. It is a strange, maybe mental health situation there. He walked up to. I mean, he could have picked the wrong person. You know.
Will that happen
in Collinsville?
Well, that happened the other night on Highway 45.
Yeah,
Did you see that report?
I don't know.
Where the guy was going down the road and somebody threw something, hit his car, and he turned around and come back, and the guy come at him. He goes, "Don't do it!" And it was the biggest commensurate whooping that I have seen because I sat there and watched.
Good.
All I'm doing is quoting what Tony said. FAFO.
Yeah, what she said, and I won't explain. But it was one.
You deserve.
Yeah, you're not supposed to. But
if you act this way, you deserve what you get.
And the guy stood his ground. It was a minivan. And his wife was in there, and the guy come at him, and he took care of the problem right there. And I'm telling you, it was more cops and more ambulances I've seen there in a long time. He needed that. He was glad to see the ambulance coming. Like, put me in there. Help.
They may stop now.
But I had someone.
He might think twice about throwing something at somebody else's vehicle.
Yeah, I was down hanging out, just kind of watching the drive-through there at Chick-fil-A. I got
for something to happen. Am I going to have to create crime, or
and
are
I
you
got
going
a
to come
call
to
from
me?
somebody that was sitting there going, "You ain't gonna believe what's going on 45 right now." I said, "Well, what?" She goes, "It's somebody whooping somebody." And so I took off, and I was tootling along past Johnson Dodge. And it was somebody tried to suck the letters off my truck in a blue and white car.
So they were still whooping by the time you got there?
Yes.
He took a whooping, didn't he?
Yeah, it took a few minutes to get from Chick-fil-A there. He was glad the police came.
Well, I'm proud the guy made it.
Yeah, he gonna make it.
He looked like McGarrett when he throwed that light up on the roof. Look at him down. We're in a hot pursuit.
Click.
Now, I posted this yesterday, and I've given, and I'm not sure it's been reclaimed yet. I got Greg to break out his handy-dandy folding pocket knife because we had to find out what was inside of it. Greg and I were having a serious meal yesterday, and somebody
Aren't they all?
Yeah, and somebody come up to us with a briefcase and said, "I found this."
No.
Yep. And it's.
Were you? I would just in the future. I would be a little concerned about that.
I'll let Greg do it.
Well, it was ticking.
You let Greg.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was ticking, had powder coming out of it, so I didn't know.
He popped it open, and it ended up being the Knights of Columbus. You know, the guys that wear the what do you call it? The kilts?
No, it's the Catholic Church. And I've called, I've left messages, I've called this guy's phone number, I've left messages, and nobody will call back.
Isn't that the Scottish Rites?
No,
I got it confused.
That is the Catholic Church. The Knights of Columbus, that's down there beside the old carousel skate rink.
You used to call it KC Hall.
The KC, Knights of Columbus.
Yeah.
Right. They're not the ones that wear the kilts in the park?
No.
Really?
I don't think.
You mean
got
for
them
years
wearing
I've had them
dresses.
confused?
Yeah.
That's the Scottish Rite. I just thought it was all together.
He's got them playing
That's the Knights of Columbus.
I really.
The Scotty Ray Report, where you don't get the news, but you watch other people try to figure it out.
Well, I just didn't know much about
honestly,
it.
I didn't know. I know they rent that building. I mean, they've had all kinds of stuff there. I didn't know.
Do bingo there.
But it's got y'all secret information that Greg has now read.
That's right.
Oh.
He went through it.
The whole Hey Hira delegation.
Yeah.
So if you come up missing,
I won't be in a kilt blowing a bagpipe.
But if
we know how they got that bike on the high dive.
Yeah. Got my
We got all
decoder
that
ring
solved.
and the secret code.
This reminds me of the briefcase that was in there with what was it, Eddie Murphy there in Trading Places.
Oh,
where they brought the orange
Yeah.
juice. But seriously, if you're a member of the Knights of Columbus, get in touch with us so that you can get your briefcase back. We know
the
where
Catholic
it is.
Church.
Yes, I really didn't know that.
were you crossing your fingers for cash to be in there,
Oh, no, I just want to do the right thing for the public.
or bricks of cocaine?
Yeah, he would have closed it. So there ain't nothing in there. So that is out there. We want to remind you of that also. Did y'all hear where McConnell is gone? He ain't coming back?
Well, not yet. But
He's not rerunning.
He's not going
Right.
to rerun.
He won't stare at the camera and
I mean,
do that for a while.
I think that there are other elected officials that could look to him and
as
an inspiration
to go ahead and quit.
It's when it's time. It's time.
Well, when you've been there 50 years and we haven't gotten any better,
yeah.
maybe you're the problem.
But what gets me is the people keep electing, like Nancy Pelosi. How can you honestly Go vote.
They're scared
for
of
that
her.
woman. I mean, honestly, what in your for the life of me, I understand political party, but what in your mind could tell you that's the best choice?
And if that's the best you got to offer,
how bad are the people running against her?
Yes.
Did he actually vote for cash before he made that announcement?
Yes, every Republican did. Of course, every Democrat voted against cash, but he did make it.
Okay. Well, let me tell y'all something. It is fixing to do some change in there. That guy's in town.
I can't keep up. I mean,
neither can they.
I get screenshots from stuff, and I'm like, I don't know if this is real or not, and I don't know what's happening. I mean, everything is going so fast, which. All right.
Now, here's something that he announced, maybe it was yesterday, because, again, it's fast. Sometimes it reaches me, and it's already happened with Trump. But he is now fixing to embark on the United States Post Office, which has been losing money for, I don't know how many years.
Well, they're losing money because they can't do the job.
And so they're going to revamp this to where I would say it either doesn't lose money or they redo the whole thing altogether. And it needs to be done.
I'd have got my package if we were still on ponies, but I still hadn't got it.
You still ain't got that package from South Alabama?
No.
That was sent January the 18th or something?
No. This was sent February 1st, supposed to be here February 3rd. I still haven't gotten it, and I've ordered stuff from Bayos 3 times, and it's here in
I got a
2
package
days.
from Turkey in 4 days on DHL.
And it's still...
Whoa, that's quick.
Amazon uses United States Postal Service. I can get stuff from across the country in 2 days, but I can't get anything from South Alabama. Well, it's backed up in Jackson. We'll hire people.
Well, my personal experience has been that there might be people in the post office that are too busy stealing other people's checks and cashing on.
No,
stealing other people's checks. Widespread fraud within the U.S. Postal Service, and it's a fact. I'll say it.
And nobody knows this. Julia is telling the truth here.
I mean,
in Meridian,
widespread
Mississippi.
in Meridian, Mississippi. Widespread
they were
fraud.
going through checks, taking the money, and they never gave us a name.
I don't know what happened with it, but I'm talking about a lot of money. They were
Local
opening up
businesses.
LLCs and companies and names that were similar, going and opening bank accounts, cashing the checks, pulling the money out, widespread in Meridian, Mississippi, and nothing ever happened.
I hid in the bushes down at the post office.
Again.
Seriously, I was down in the bushes with
This is facts.
12 business owners because we got a tip that the surgeon, not the Surgeon General, but the post
that they were actually going to do something about it.
Maybe that's why we never saw it. But it was the Postmaster General who come to town to make an arrest, and we
they didn't do nothing.
And nothing ever happened.
Nothing. We stood there all afternoon.
Nothing ever
drank
happened.
a lot of coffee from across the street. Had some catering brought in. It started looking suspicious.
All right, 2 Republicans. While we go back, Susan Collins and Murkowski did not vote for cash. So I go back.
The woman, okay, she got some serious. But that's what happened there. But if you have missing money that never made it to your checking account, you might ought to check.
Check the Secretary of State's website for similar companies set up in your name that just are 1 letter off and stuff like that, so that they'll cash a check for it. It's a real thing.
It was millions. Millions.
This is not $500 checks.
Yes,
they were targeting businesses, and it obviously the theft was coming from inside of the post office.
Yep.
For real?
Yeah, I thought me and you talked about it.
No, you don't tell me anything.
Man, next time I'll call you on a hideout.
It was on the show. If they would have watched, they would have known.
It was on that Monday through Tuesday.
He didn't even watch Fridays.
So I recommend that President Trump do something about that.
Oh, I do too.
Yeah, it's a serious thing. As we've seen, the sports memorabilia stole. They were taking what they wanted from that. It's just kind of unhinged.
And you can't prevent a bad person from getting a job there and doing, but then you got to hold them accountable. And I've not seen that ever happened.
I didn't either. I tell you what, we're going to be right back. We just got more to talk about than y'all know what to do. Yeah, we'll be right back.
At the Back Porch, we're bringing families back together for fun, food, and all the things you love to enjoy around your home. Every event starts with a great grill, great cookware, and accessories. Add in some locally sourced meat and dairy, along with frozen vegetables and casseroles, and over 500 brands of spices and sauces. Relax in our chairs, swings, daybeds, and have fun with our cornhole boards. From coolers to trailers, we have everything you need. When you see the big chair, you've made it to the Back Porch.
At Pettit Jewelers in Philadelphia, Mississippi, trust Nicole with your priceless heirloom jewelry. With generations of refined expertise, she ensures your cherished pieces are meticulously cared for. Pettit Jewelers, Philadelphia.
Our local headlines are brought to you by the Rock House Gun and Pawn.
Welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray, and we all vote that Julia be in charge of this investigation. I think you could really do it.
What investigation?
Into the post office mishaps. I think Trump should call you.
Well, no, I think that there's business owners that spent a lot of time on this in Meridian because it was a situation. It seems like it's gotten better, but because I guess people got scared after they stole as much money as they did. But
yet again, we never heard from anyone.
Never saw anybody held accountable.
None.
But you can't just say don't do it again.
Yeah.
So we don't know what become of this.
Yeah.
It was just like the water turned off.
And where did the money go?
Yeah. Did anybody?
Banks and stuff were left holding the bags.
Yeah, sure were.
For the most part.
We're talking not $500. It was serious.
6-figure checks.
Yeah. Wow. Oh my.
Yeah.
What you thinking over there, Greg?
It amazes me how enforcement and government works. You see this lady that embezzled $300, which wrong's wrong. If it's $3 or $3 million, and they want to string them up from the highest tree, and then you got people steal $3 million and you sweep it under the rug. It just don't.
I agree.
It don't make no sense.
There's a lot of people that will agree with you.
But
we do not have equity and justice, is my experience. I think that we try to, but it doesn't work out.
Whoever's fault it is, our postal service has steadily gone downhill for the last 15 years.
Since Paul Revere quit.
20 years.
Well, private companies are doing a better job at it.
Absolutely.
But when you order, and nowadays it's mandatory with a lot of different insurance companies that you order your prescriptions by mail.
Correct.
And you get a 90-day supply. Well, I happen to know a lady that's been waiting 3.5-4 weeks on her blood pressure medicine.
Yeah.
What do you do?
And try and go to a store to buy something to hold you over. Well, we can't.
Oh, we can't because it shows
it's already
here
been filled.
The computer says the prescription has been filled. Well, where's your? You know what I'm saying? Joe Q customers one is hung up in the middle, and they're the one suffering.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
And you've got legal documents to go by mail that you don't ever get. You've got bills come due. Somebody sends you a bill, you never received it.
And on the other hand, we got some great mail carriers. Don't get me wrong. We do have some, but they have been.
Laughing at the comment. What's Greg holding?
That's his cone.
That's my cone. But they have been overwhelmed with Amazon packages and stuff like that. You think about it. Used to mail carrier drove a little car, and now they got to have an 18-wheeler truck to run their mail route because they got to get out at every. I told my wife and daughter, I'm taking the mailbox down. I'm gonna put a dumpster out there because every time I go to the mailbox, there's stuff hanging out both ends. So with that, take that in account. I understand there's more and more on the mail system.
Correct.
But let's adjust, people.
If there's more and more on it, then that means we're paying more and more to them.
Well,
I'm just saying.
If you're delivering more packages, you're making more money.
That's right. Yeah. And you've got to grow your business, and that means even the Postal Service, you've got to grow your business to fit the needs. And if the needs are not being met, someone is not.
He just don't like his mail carrier.
Oh my goodness!
They're like,
and I tell you something else: don't drive through my freaking front yard no more. I'm tired of coming home and seeing you drive.
Can we do
yard.
this day in history?
Let's move on.
We hit the spot.
1885. They had a big dedication today. I'm not sure who was involved or who was there.
I thought that was a statue for Bill Clinton.
Washington Monument.
Odie, I don't even know what to say about you.
I've been there, but it was too windy. They wouldn't let us go up.
Oh, they wouldn't?
It's not that exciting when you get up there. It's like little bitty windows.
It's a small window, yeah.
Yeah, and it's not very clear.
Well, it's too high. I'm definitely not going.
Oh, I know you're not going. He would just be, he'd be dead.
He wouldn't even step on the porch.
1934, this woman was born, and every few years somebody has her dying again. And I just hate to break
Betty
it to
White.
you, but she is gone.
Betty White.
Well, you're close. It's somebody that worked with Betty White, but I
She
see
had
it.
more fun than the rest of them.
But I
Betty.
see it.
Oh, the old.
What's her face? Ruth.
Oh yeah.
They have her passing away every.
How do you
few
say your
years.
last name?
Wasn't it?
McCline? How you say it?
I think it's McClanahan.
McClanahan.
Yeah.
Why they want to spell it that way?
I'm just.
They could have spelled it MC and then HAND if they want to call it that. McClanahan. Isn't that what you called her?
Absolutely. That's exactly what I said.
I like it when a plan comes together and she agrees with me.
That's exactly what just happened.
Well, I'm not in charge of this. I'm not the word Caesar, czar.
And that's just plain Czar.
Yeah.
You said I'm not the word, Caesar.
At least I'm not the salad woman.
All right.
Okay.
This is one of the more sadder, somber moments that we have in American history as we look back on things that happened here. It was 1945 that Anne Frank would pass away. And again, this is the saddest of the saddest for the Jewish people that we know of. If you've never read the book or seen the movie, watch this. It is it's touching what that family went through. You're going to know this name because he had a cowboy chasing him all throughout the movie there.
Yippee-ki-yay.
Yep, and be careful, Odie. I warn him every time he says that.
But I know when to stop.
I'm glad. Y'all remember this guy, Alan Rickman?
No.
Yeah, that's coming off the top of Yokohama Tower.
When he pushed him there at the end there.
Christmas movie.
Yeah.
That's not a Christmas movie.
You do remember the scene, don't you?
No.
You seriously? That was the ending when it all got good, when it all come to an end there, and he pushes him there when he's hanging on. He's trying to take Bruce Willis out, and he pushes him, and he's falling. Woo. Okay.
Okay.
I see the excitement coming from that
I've
side.
never watched it. I just like the argument about it.
Okay. Y'all remember the TV show Wings, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that they're not the same person because Tim Daly was on there, and he had a sister that hung out with Clint Eastwood, and they really resembled.
That's Tim?
Well, that's his sister, they say.
Oh, okay.
He can be anything he wants to be, Odie. Tim, Kim, Jim, it don't matter.
His sister Tyne, if y'all remember Cagney and Lacey, remember that? Yeah. Tyne, the girl on the right, if you remember, she was in several of those early Clint Eastwood movies as his partner. She didn't make it.
Right.
But they did resemble a lot.
I like Cagney and Lacey, you know. That was a pretty good cop show.
I couldn't handle that
watched
show.
it, and I was stuck watching it with her.
It just it didn't have it to me. It missed a lot. Did you watch Cagney?
Well, considering the stuff we have to choose from today, it's an excellent show.
Now, I was kind of more into Policewoman, Angie Dickerson.
I bet you were.
She was no Daisy Duke.
There was another one. Remember T.J. Hooker?
No, I really religiously watched that.
Hey,
dog.
Heather.
Oh, man.
Dog.
She is pretty as a speckled pup under a pulpwood truck.
Everybody tried to get arrested.
Yes.
We go back to 1953. There was a guy standing over by the door. He never said a word. And somebody had to write a song about it at some point. And the man walked in, and rumor was that he was told you can't write a song in 20 minutes, and he did it. Do you know the story I'm going to? Somebody actually owns this guy named Kalijah. Hank Williams would have a number one with poor old Kalijah.
Not my favorite song.
It was big, though. Even Charlie Pride would record this and have another hit with it years later. Charlie Pride. Well, that was Hank Jr.
Every week you bring him up.
Who's that? Charlie?
Yes.
He's a legend.
I know, but you're like really stuck on him here lately.
I really like Charlie Pride. You're so good when you're bad. Do you know that song? You're an angel. You're a devil.
It sounds like you wrote about me.
When she lets her hair fall down. I said, ooh, you're so good when you're bad. That was Charlie Pride.
I like that dust on that ice cream cone.
Yeah, you bring that up.
Mississippi Delta town.
You walk up and down. As we go back tonight, you're not going to know this name, but it will bring back Daisy memories. Christopher Mayer was born on this day.
We talked about this yesterday, where it never made it.
I remember that. No, never mind.
Do y'all remember this guy as Coy?
Yeah.
Actually, it was Vance is what his name was.
I honestly boycotted when they got on the show.
Everybody did.
Yeah. It went down.
It was over. And quickly, the executives realized they needed to give John Snyder a raise quickly and get the boy back on. I can still remember J.D. Hall going, "It makes them look like choir boys," but they couldn't fit the part.
Do you know that J.D. Hall? What they say? I read this. He spoke like 5 or 6 different languages.
Really?
Was mega intelligent. What was his name? Sorrel
Brooks.
Look that up when you're bored. When you're on one of them hot stakeouts in the bushes, you can look up Boss Hogg. This guy, he was really very intelligent.
Let me blow your mind. You know, he was only 64 when he passed away.
Yeah.
That's not all that.
And you know that was not him. They padded him. He was not that big.
Right.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Lulu, they did not pad.
No.
Ooh, no.
I did not know that.
Yeah. That was all costume.
Yeah, like this.
Oh, is that, we do that for Greg. That's what.
It's all costume.
This guy's using the same microphone as y'all are this morning as we go back to remember the doctor as he would go on the air.
WKRP. Johnny Fever.
That's another
close. Kelsey Grammer.
Oh, yeah.
I loved Frasier.
Frasier was funny.
And Cheers.
I didn't like Cheers.
I like Cheers.
I ain't never watched Cheers.
It just didn't do it.
I liked his dog.
I drank a beer in that bar.
It wasn't his dog. It was his dad's dog.
Well, it's still
little Eddie. Eddie was great.
Yeah.
There. And
you seem like you would be like his dad. You know, having to move in your duct tape covered recliner.
That's right.
What was
bring your dog?
The lady that was the housekeeper that his brother.
Oh, she was kind of pretty.
Niles was after her.
Yeah. What was her name?
Golly.
I want to say Bethany. That's not it.
Nope.
It was good. Golly, that was that really fit the part there.
Bethany was the aunt in Christmas Vacation.
There you go.
I have frequently mixed those two people
Grace
up.
died 30 years ago.
You remember that song that talked about Dwight Yoakam's got his hand on my thigh? There's Lyle Lovett. Maybe y'all don't.
No.
Daphne
I feel
was the
lucky.
name.
Daphne.
Mm-hmm. Y'all remember that? Daphne, yes.
Yeah. See, Bethany, it was along the same phonetic line.
How about sometimes you're the windshield, sometimes you're the bug?
I've just heard that saying.
He thinks he'll keep her. Okay. Mary Chapin Carpenter was born on this date back in '58. I think she may have been some form of a spokesman for a group. I'm not real sure that she was very outspoken, and sometimes I didn't catch her political beliefs all at one time.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty tough. They're scary. Let's go on back to 1958 when someone was transferred to prison.
Yeah.
58 prison.
Yeah.
He's been to Philadelphia. He's been here.
Yeah. Matter of fact, Brick Gully's got his guitar.
Yeah.
Yep. He was arrested and sent to prison. That would be Merle Haggard.
Who's got Lefty Frizzell's guitar, too.
That's true. That is absolutely true.
All-time one of my favorites.
Yeah, and you go back and look at Merle Haggard. He took a bad situation and sang about it, and everybody related to it. Branded man.
But also, you think back, like when he was 9-10 years old, he was escaping from juvenile homes. He really, from all the way back from when he was just a young pup,
was bad.
Was defiant, and he turned. You're right. He turned it all around,
and it was all because of Ronald Reagan. Had Ronald Reagan not been there, and if you remember, Johnny Cash came and sang, and he was in the audience.
At San Quentin.
Yeah. Look at Julie. She's doing the Nashville nod.
I mean, I'm listening. I've heard the story. I just don't have anything to add.
Well, Merle Haggard. If I had to pick one artist, I would say. If I had to pick one, that's my one.
That's your one?
Is it?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm going to write this down because in 2 weeks you're going to tell me it's somebody else.
Absolutely. Now, I mean, there's a couple of things he does. I don't really care that Kern River and all that.
Yeah,
I don't care
I'm
about
with you
all
on
that. But I think it's his Epic collection, his first 11 or something like that. That's good. Snowball. Ooh, yeah, that's good.
Warden led a prisoner
when he goes
down the hallway.
Mama tried.
fight inside of me. And the list just goes on in Okie from Muskogee. He really tapped into what America was feeling during that time.
And there's so many of his songs that really was never released. 'Cause if you get to playing on your phone and just looking up he sang everything. I mean, lots of songs.
Bless you.
All right. I knew it was happening. I was waiting. I was going back and forth. Scotty Ray didn't help me at all. Seeing me
Greg,
struggle.
I have to ask, has anybody else noticed that her head's glowing since we've been sitting here?
Oh, yeah, I do. It lights up. What you got, Greg? Well, when Greg saw me get out of the car this morning, he just looked at me. And I said, just take a minute. Take it all in.
Oh, you mean y'all didn't ride together?
No.
I made him take it.
I seen her behind me, though. I mean, I was trying to get out of the way.
Do y'all remember this? I remember when I was sick one time and had to stay home from work. I turned on the, I don't know if it was one of them off channels. We still had not gotten cable in Scuba. And they were on a beach.
So this is before 2000.
So they got it now.
And I had to watch this guy, Body by Jake. Do y'all remember this guy?
You had to watch? Who made you?
Well, he had them 12 women that jumped up down on the mat. Run, girls, run, girls. And I thought, well, I'll watch and see if they run or not. See if it was a Baywatch moment. Y'all didn't watch that? Okay. No. Body by Jay. He was really something. He had
I don't think I got that channel.
And made them all sweat.
I never seen it.
Yeah. This was, and you go back on this, probably somebody would be arrested today over this. As we go back to Blue Lagoon, she was only 13 or 14, and I did not realize.
Brooke Shields.
Shields.
Yeah.
Her mama forced her into this, and they had some scenes that, well, this is the guy that was in there with her.
She's written she's come out about some of that, and I mean, it's some messed up stuff. Hollywood was I don't know.
I think it still is.
Nasty place.
And with all sincerity, if you've got a child at home wanting to go off to Hollywood, it's great, but you better have a long talk with them. There's evil out there in this world that y'all don't know about that is on the borders outside of our state. Thought y'all might want to know that. Anybody remember this one? There's so many ball ones, it's almost hard to forget them all. This one, you remember William?
Yeah. Balladwin?
Oh. Ring, how'd that happen? See, he's ashamed of him too. He had to change his name.
I'm done. I'm sorry.
This is just awful. I mean, just awful that you would pick on me on this.
It's awful.
Let's go back to 1976. There were a couple of things that happened on today. Back in 73, there was a song recorded called My Honky Tonk Heroes. 1984, Never Could Toll the Mark was recorded. And then, well, in 76, one of the best of all time. She likes the bright lights and good time and friends.
Waylon Jennings.
She's a good-hearted woman was recorded today in 76. Y'all remember that?
I love that song.
Man.
I like him and Willie doing it better.
Yeah, instead of the solo version.
I never was a huge Waylon fan, and then I read the book about it. I mean,
that's shocking to me.
I was just thinking the same thing. You read a book?
Oh, yeah, I've read Willie, Johnny Cash.
I was talking about him not liking Waylon.
Willie Nelson had an interesting life, too.
Yeah.
The reading is interesting.
Waylon come along, and if you'll remember, Waylon was the first guy that went into Nashville and said, look,
no, I'll do it my way.
I'm doing it my way. I'm bringing my guys in here.
Yeah. We're not using studio musicians. My guys, if they're good enough to play the song on the road, they're good enough to play on the record.
6 million copies, I think, sold. It started out with 1 million. It went up to like 6 million quick there. It had never the Outlaw album, if you'll remember that. Not everybody knows this stuff. You can't get this information everywhere, y'all.
You sure can't.
He had Johnny.
You got the market cornered.
He had Johnny Cash living with him at one time.
He sure did. They were tighter than ticks.
Yeah.
Willie Nelson's coming.
Now
to
you
Brandon.
know.
Look at there.
Tighter than ticks.
1977. I really wasn't into skateboards, but I thought about it for a brief moment.
You weren't a skateboard guy?
I wasn't, but I certainly thought about it for a second after this.
Somebody was riding them.
Whew. Anybody remember Farrah doing that? Had she done that one where she sat down on it? Did y'all have that poster too?
Nope.
How big of a room did you have?
Man,
all these posters.
Farrah. And the General Lee was right past that.
Daisy.
But that was 1977, believe it or not. We would, and it's hard to believe as many times as you've heard this over and over that it only went to number 2 on the charts. It never made it to number 1 down in Margaritaville.
Really?
It went gold, but it never made it to number 1 there. It would be before he hung around Alan Jackson and hit with It's 5 O'Clock Somewhere. Mm-hmm. That was his first number 1 ever. Even the Cheeseburger in Paradise didn't make it to number 1. And Brown Eyed Girl, that didn't make it either for him. So we just might as well, the other versions did, but it didn't for Jimmy Buffett.
Really?
We'll just call him a B artist is what we'll call that.
He seems like he did okay.
Yeah, he's not hurt.
He made it all right.
He struggled, but he was not hurt.
Greg, I'm going to ask you to focus on the telephone on this next picture.
Focus on the telephone.
Focus on the telephone. 1981, it went number 1.
That's utterly ridiculous.
I'm just...
That was a good show.
You know that she did the sound to that with her nails, the 9 to 5?
No.
That's how she wrote it, but she's clicking her acrylic nails together. Fun fact. See, I have some too.
You did? I had no idea.
But if you listen to the beginning of it, that's her nails.
That's one.
But you look at Dolly.
My work here is done.
Of where she come from. That woman, when we say she was poor, she was beyond poor. They had nothing, y'all. All those songs of the Coat of Many Colors were put together because they didn't have nothing. And look at her today.
Said they
She's so funny. I love her.
So poor they'd gather around the table and her mom would read the menu.
That's poor.
So her brother was hard of hearing. He like starved to death.
1981. This guy would appear.
You've had that in your pocket for a little while waiting to.
My pocket's runneth over.
Saturday Night Live. This was still in a time when Saturday Night Live was probably still good in the 81 era there. It hadn't gone south just yet, but they'd have a musical guest tonight. Sometimes I didn't know who they were. And at this point in my life in 1981, I had no idea who he was. Okay. I didn't know who he was until I think 1999.
Prince.
Yeah, he was wearing purple back then. We just didn't know it yet.
Now, he put out some good stuff.
He was a little red Corvette.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She wore a tangerine beret or something. Wasn't that what it was?
Something like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Strawberry beret.
Oh yeah. It was 1981. We've often heard this. He had a daughter that ended up being a great country artist also. This guy would go from being a Coca-Cola cowboy to movies.
Mel Tillis.
He was. And he had a big number 1 with Southern Rain.
And his daughter was Pam Tillis.
Pam. Mel. I like that Coca-Cola. And it just goes on the list of songs and things that he had. Good guy. It would be 87.
Raspberry beret.
Strawberry.
I was close.
It was
See,
fruit beret.
Your wife's correcting you even here.
It was raspberry. It wasn't purple.
Yeah,
You said tangerine to start with.
Tangerine. Yeah, I was close. I'm sometimes colorblind.
Back to this is the sort of news. You just watch us try to figure it out.
I'm helping y'all there, so you remember it this way. It was Magnum made TV Guide once again. It was 1987. I'm still trying to figure out who that is next to him.
Frank Sinatra.
Is that who that is? It is.
Yeah, Frank Sinatra and Tom Selleck.
Reckon why he was hanging out with him.
I like Magnum.
Magnum was good now.
TC and Rick Higgins, Zeus, Apollo.
I like TC because he flew the helicopter.
It was always somebody willing, and he only made $500 a case, and drove a $60,000
308 GTS Ferrari. Yeah.
But that was Higgins.
Yes.
That was Robin Masters.
Well, same thing.
Anybody remember watching the TV series The Goldbergs?
Who?
Yeah.
You saw it?
Yeah.
I never watched it. I thought surely. Okay, she was an actress on there. She was born in 94.
Purpose.
But
Back to Raspberry Beret, the favorite comment. Greg just knew it because it was food. Greg knew it was food. Not very familiar, though, because it was fruit.
Yeah.
I do like raspberry Pop-Tarts.
I bet you do.
We now focus on a one-hit wonder today, and this is a true story of how he wrote the song, and now I think he's a washed-up DJ somewhere. But he did have one hit on the radio, and he moved out of an apartment. He went back to get his mail, and he knocked on the door, and the girl opens the door and he goes, "Oof, oof," and they started dating, and she said yes. and the rest is history. As Chad Brock would have a number one with "She Said Yes."
Oh yeah, I remember that song.
Yeah, it's real catchy.
Yeah,
it was a big
said,
hit.
"How about right now?" Yeah, I got you.
And it was really and truly about going back to pick up his mail from where he used to live, and a girl that moved into his old apartment.
Yeah. I remember. It was a one-hit wonder. It was a good one.
True story there.
Okay.
This is one of the probably one of the best songs that he wrote. Now, I've loved a lot of his stuff when it started out with "Should Have Been a Cowboy," "Who's That Man Running My Life." It just went on and on. But this would be one of his more patriotic songs that just took America by storm, as "American Soldier" went number one.
Oh yeah,
that's a good one.
He had a very patriotic heart.
Mm-hmm. He really did.
Man, if there's anybody, and I sincerely say this, if there's anybody in this world that I truly believe that it made it through heaven's doors, through heaven's gates, and is standing up there right now, it'd be this guy. Y'all got any guesses there?
Billy Graham.
Yep. There you go. Okay. We would lose the great Billy Graham today at the age of 99 back in 2018. I really don't know of a person who could even make up a bad story about that man. Even when he was mistreated, he treated others with kindness. And that is some kind of hard to do when you're treated bad. Y'all know that.
It is.
You remember when they declined your credit card?
My credit card was not declined.
That news got back to me. Do y'all remember watching The Munsters?
Yes.
Did you remember that they had two girls on there that played that part of the cousin? They switched them.
One of them was pretty.
Yeah. And here we go. She passed away today, Beverly Owen. She was the very first one, and then after about a year and a half, they switched. She was a beautiful girl that played that part. Passed away back in 19. And that concludes our walk down history.
It was so much fun.
I just don't feel that you appreciate that.
What do you think?
It's very educational.
He's been over here doing his hair.
Well, my comb's good.
More coming up as we move along on this early Friday morning.
Advanced Auto Glass by Joey can handle all your windshield repair and replacement needs. Service work is guaranteed and covered by warranty. Our technicians are professional, auto glass trained, and have over 100 years of combined experience. Advanced Auto Glass by Joey utilizes in-house calibrations for vehicle safety systems. Most insurances are accepted, and reliable mobile service is available in surrounding areas. Keep cars cool and secure with custom tinting, side mirror replacement, and AquaPel windshield wipers. There's one clear choice in auto glass repair. Advanced Auto Glass by Joey.
Hi folks, Paul Brown with Dixie Buildings. We're here to take care of all your building needs for your personal and your business needs. That includes portable buildings, carports, sheds. Don't forget your hunting camps are coming in. You can start out with our 8x10s. If we cannot haul it, we can build it for you on site. We have two locations, one on Highway 19 South and our home office just around the corner on Long Creek Road. Just give us a call at 601-483-4943.
Welcome back. It was brought up during commercial break. We were talking about the way different social medias are growing, and one of the fastest growing ones is TikTok. And I am on TikTok, but I hadn't quite adjusted or wrapped my hands around the way it ought to be just yet. I'm working on it.
I'm addicted to it. I will admit.
Now, what do you watch on it?
Well, there's a family out of Mize, Mississippi, the Garners. I don't know how none of this works, but I'm looking at my phone, it pops up, and they've got like 9 children, and they're farmers. They grow watermelons and all that, and I follow them, so every time they post something every day, and it's cool. I mean, they're just a good family, and I follow them, and I follow. There's a guy over at Chris Lynn that does mud racing, lives on the Mississippi River. I don't know. I like TikTok.
Well, my wife watches it pretty religiously too, and she'll call me over, and I can't do this with our news broadcast because I would have a heart attack. I can't do it. But there's this woman that does the news, and y'all ain't gonna believe this. She jumps up and down and does jumping jacks and dances, and then writes the news above her head. And while she's dancing and jumping and doing all this, she never talks.
I think that's a great idea.
It's
I think
the headlines of the news above her head.
All right, so when
and I've stared at it, and I thought,
things we don't watch. No, if he starts.
Yeah.
If he puts on one of them leotards like Richard Simmons.
and I've tried to really wrap
Are you
my head
keeping the
around
cowboy
it.
hat for this or no?
I'm just.
You're gonna get a rubber band.
You're getting a rubber band so it stays on.
But how could that be interesting? Because I look at it and go, I wouldn't watch that.
You just keep scrolling. You'll find something you like.
Well, there's an algorithm, and basically the stuff that you stop and watch, it says you like stuff
It's
like
gonna
this.
send you more of that.
So
I love big trucks.
if that's what's in your algorithm, it says a lot about you.
Well, no, that's my wife.
I can honestly say nothing
Says a lot about her.
ever pops up on mine.
All I've done on mine is load some videos of wrecks and fires and things of that nature. I've never done any voice work on there. Maybe that's the problem. I hadn't talked. I've just shown pictures of things.
I love big trucks. I love cab over trucks, and that's always popping up on mine. And swamp loggers. Used to come on.
Yeah, come on Discovery. I believe.
Bobby Goodson.
yeah.
I like swamp loggers. They're out of North Carolina.
And there's a lot of news on there. I know that you can get just tons of Fox News events and things of that nature, little snippets there.
Yeah.
See, I don't have TikTok.
I do. I like my Tick'em Tock'em.
I've got it and I watch some, but there's a lot of people that make a living off of TikTok.
Oh yeah, it is.
And they're trying. There's a couple of U.S. companies that's trying to buy Mr. Wonderful off of Shark Tank. He's trying to get ownership of it as well. So the deal is not completely done where they are 100% safe. But it's leaning toward out that it's going to be safe.
I want to bring this up. Often there are people behind the scenes. We talk about people that give their all to communities. Well, and I want to bring this up. Yesterday we went to a bridge.
Absolutely.
And as someone was being laid to rest, a funeral procession came our way. And as it passed, we videoed this. And I'm going to let y'all talk about this lady that done so much for the Lauderdale community. She was really, really something else there. Let me play this. It's being led by the Meridian Police Department, and I believe they buried her in Newton County. Am I correct?
Yeah, at the Veterans Cemetery.
And it wasn't just Lauderdale County. She was part of Lauderdale Volunteer Fire Department, but she was also part of Lima, and she was a big part of Lauderdale County as a whole. If there was somebody out there that gave their heart to helping the community, it was Miss Lenora Dickens, Lauderdale 22, lost her life from cancer.
She had a servant's heart, like Odie said. If you had something going on in any part of the county, if you needed her, and I think Odie will agree, she was the perfect example of someone that might not have run into a burning house, which a lot of people think, oh, that's what you got to do to be a volunteer. No. She's the one, when you got there, she made sure that there was water and stuff there to rehab the fireman that was fighting fire.
Kept up with
She kept a list. And if you come on that scene, you signed in, and she wanted you to sign out. So she knew where. That comes in handy, especially at night with missing persons and stuff.
Right.
She and that's why we always talk about there's something for everybody if you want to volunteer and help your fire department. There's something you can do. She did a lot, and she helped so many people. And if she heard so-and-so knows so-and-so that knows so-and-so that needs help,
she was going.
She was going.
So we appreciate her dedication, and we thank her for that. And that's what that was about, because I got a lot of calls yesterday going, what's going on with all these fire trucks going? And that's what it was. I want to remind you that College Park Auto has moved location.
They sure did.
No longer where they were across from MCC. They are now north of there on the westbound side of Highway 19 by Faith Baptist Church. Bobby has moved into a beautiful brand new facility. And right there, College Park Auto, you can't miss it. It is in the wide open. You see all the cars out there.
Yes, sirree.
I like me some Bobby Fiber. That's a hard-working rascal. And what impresses me is you go in his business, and he's liable to be the dirtiest one in there.
You're right.
He's going to be working.
I've been telling Christy to wash his clothes, and she ain't been doing it, but we've been trying.
Bobby is a hard worker.
Look, I don't know if anybody was in Philadelphia last night, but I got word, and it was true. We had a fender bender right there.
Ooh.
That happened there, Valley View
He
Drive.
hadn't said it yet today.
A little Jeep there.
Can't park there.
That paused traffic for a little while in Philadelphia yesterday as we done that. And I want to briefly mention this. There were reports of gunshots. We went there last night. This scene ended up being where someone took their own life. This would be off of North Hill Street. And that's one of those things to where if you know someone who needs help, get in touch. There's many pastors that can help with this and other people that are very qualified for somebody that needs someone to talk to. Keep that in mind. We even had a fender bender here up in Philadelphia in the county. Whoop. Well, it was a day of accidents all the way around. And with that being said, be careful, be careful. I brought this up yesterday because we have so many kids that go off to Mississippi State. This would be an incident that took place in Starkville yesterday at the Quality Inn. Now, as of this morning, I have not found the exact reason, but 2 people are deceased from the Quality Inn. And at the time of the shooting, they did not tell who done what. If there were more people, it was just very vague at that point, and they said there was no threat to the community, all was safe. So we wait to find out more on this from the Starkville Police Department as to what was really going on up there. A lot went on. My oh my!
2 people shot. That is a lot.
Have y'all paid attention to the parking lot of Walmart?
Both of them.
Yeah, they tore down that.
Is it both of them now?
Well, the gas station's still up at the other one. They're doing major remodeling on Highway 19 inside the store. This is basically rebuilding the entire fuel deal. I guess it wasn't big enough.
There's always a crowd there.
Congestion and everything else. Traffic was backed up.
See, I don't go that way.
If you're going to build it back in the same spot, how you going to... We'll wait and see.
I'm sure they have a plan.
They have a plan, and they didn't
come
even
in the wrong the other way.
Didn't even consult me at all. But
that's because that horse doesn't need gas. You got
Tomorrow, while your big event is going on, don't forget Boland and the bunch are going to be selling it off. Winner takes all, as auction will happen at the old Lauderdale County Courthouse tomorrow there. Sold. If you need Donna Jill's desk, they've got that, or maybe her garbage can.
You better not touch. Ain't going there.
If you get her desk, I promise you, it's going to force you to do work.
You're going to get the bonus package.
Nope. You got that right there is the most used desk in Lauderdale County.
It's held a lot.
It's held a lot.
I guess they're going to get rid of everything out of the courtroom also. I guess everything must go.
Everything must go. And with that tomorrow, with everything going on between this auction, you've got the history walk, you've got Mardi Gras Parade. That is a good day. Fill your cooler full of Coca-Cola, ice cold Coca-Cola. Or Greg, he likes the Diet Coke. Scotty Ray likes the Coke in the bottles. I like good old-fashioned, plain old Coca-Cola. But get that, and you're always going to help 2 different places, and that's the store you bought it from and Meridian Coca-Cola right here in Meridian. Man, that's some good stuff.
You get to actually tomorrow, if you come to Meridian Mardi Gras and you buy from the Coke trailer that they have so graciously donated to us, because Meridian Coca-Cola is an active member of this community and helps out with events like this.
Yes.
But the proceeds from that will go to the local animal shelter. So
that's good cause.
Yeah.
So
win.
Yes, it is.
Greg, tell me if you heard this rumor. And again, whenever we hear it's a rumor, we state rumor right off the bat that we all know that Delbert Hoseman fell during the Senate hearings. Yeah. Is it true that he had just gotten a text and you told him, Julie, you needed to meet with him and he fainted?
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
That's what I got out of that.
I heard I think he was a little dehydrated, but he came back that afternoon and appears to be good to go.
Yep.
So
big news from Jackson there, as that was, and we do hope he's doing better.
Yeah, he appears to be great. I mean, he hopped right back.
That's the word that we were getting from there.
Yes, all good.
Y'all ever watch Jesse Waters from Fox News?
He's got some street news.
He started with Bill O'Reilly, if I remember right, doing the street news and little clips for him. He made a prediction, and I'm not sure that I agree with this, of what he says, of who the first woman president in his mind will be in the future.
I didn't know he knew me.
Who do y'all guess, if we were all sitting here, who the first woman president who will actually cross the finish?
I don't know. Let me think. I don't know. What did he say?
Well, any thoughts, Greg? You got a thought on it of who it could be?
I'm gonna let this go.
gonna let this go. It's not gonna be Nikki Haley. As
Right.
bad as Nikki Haley wants it.
Yeah, I don't think it's her.
She will never do that.
It's not going to be a Clinton.
No, and she wants it so bad she can taste it. Her daughter has no chance ever. And Nancy wanted it really bad. And if she thought she could have won, she would have run.
Right.
Pocahontas, I think, even really would have liked to have been the president.
Michelle Obama wants it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
But I've never even considered this as a candidate.
Just
of
tell
what he
us.
says.
Member of the Trump family.
No, I think his daughter Ivanka, in my opinion, would be the likely. My opinion.
She's a high runner.
But Jesse Waters goes out and says Megyn Kelly could be the first one.
I don't think so.
I disagree with that. Do y'all?
I don't. I'd never considered it.
She's tough and smart, but I just don't see that.
He's wanting something.
Ivanka, I truly believe that girl, she is as smart as Donald is. Now, Don Jr. doesn't quite have it. He's not like his daddy. He doesn't. Maybe there's a little bit of Trump down the road.
But there's another Trump. He's a fairly tall
Barron.
Barron. You got that right.
We haven't heard a lot from Barron, but I think that he's got potential.
No, but when he comes out and starts talking,
I like his demeanor right now.
I like our vice president.
We don't know him yet, but I think that we will.
Now his granddaughter. Now what is she?
Plays golf.
Oh, the golf one.
Yes.
Yeah.
What is she? 14, 15 years old.
Yeah, she seems cool.
And she came out on stage at the Republican National Committee and gave a speech in front of that entire crowd, knowing millions is watching. And at 14 years old, she knocked that speech out of the park.
I still like our vice president.
I do too.
Love it.
I finally watched the movie the other night.
Yeah.
That's a good movie.
Isn't it good?
That was
I got
really,
to do that.
It's good.
It was really good.
Everything that I see, he should be the one to run. Now,
absolutely.
Trump comes short of in an interview endorsing. He said it's just way too early to endorse anyone.
Yeah.
Well, he's
That
scared.
makes
Look at the
sense.
last guy he had.
Yeah.
Well, that, again, things that irk Greg.
Yeah.
I'm sick of these folks getting elected and they start planning in 4 years.
Yeah.
The first, here's a thought. Let's get through this 4. Do your job, do what you're supposed to, and in 3.5 years we'll worry about who we're going to elect in 6 months.
We see how well it works for the Democrat
So
Party.
many times in elected officials, county, state,
do your job
whatever,
for a few years,
they
please.
start off the first day they go into office, they're worried about in 4 years. Well, it used to be a privilege to serve, you know, and it was supposed to kind of be, anyhow, these lifelong politicians.
Well, and I think most people back you on what you just said there, both of you. That makes a lot of sense there. As we have so many people there saying Laura is smart. She's got a TV show. And Greg Gutfeld, I don't know if y'all watch this guy or not, but he is hilarious.
The name of somebody asked the name of the movie. It's Hillbilly Elegy.
Hillbilly Elegy.
Yeah.
And I think Netflix has got it. Or
It's a lot of places.
But it's everywhere.
It's good.
Yeah.
I'm just curious. What did you have?
Here,
Sorry, I could see something y'all couldn't. Do you need your brush?
You need your brush.
He removed the cowboy hat for a second. I didn't know what was happening.
It was.
If you got it, flown it.
Well, somebody said, "Why don't y'all grow beards?" And I'm thinking, you can't see 2 of the 3's got beard, but
I shaved mine.
The whiteness might not be.
She's got a goatee.
Julia, does Nair hurt?
I'm gonna beat y'all.
I mean, ow! I've heard tell.
You don't pull Nair out.
I got a lot of problems. That ain't one of them.
We have asked by overwhelming majority if you're going to be wearing the boots for the parade tomorrow.
I'm not wearing the boots for the parade tomorrow. I do have a really fun outfit. So
do we
I'm
have
excited.
a preview?
Well, actually, this is a little bit of foreshadowing. But
big words, foreshadowing.
Foreshadowing. Ooh, what a big word.
It's kind of like dark shadows.
That's exact. That's right. That's right.
I got some shoes.
We're the king and queen. We've coordinated. We're trying to look good for Meridian, so it'll be a lot of fun. Everybody just needs to come out and enjoy it. And it is a great day in downtown Meridian to do you mentioned the Meridian History Walk that starts at 12 and goes to 4. You can do both, and it just hang out downtown, go to some of the brick and mortar stores and shop and take breaks and stuff like that. It's just a fun free day in downtown Meridian.
More coming up. The tractors are rolling at Freeman Tractor on Highway 494. Drop in and see Keith, Cornbread, or Buttermilk. They've got a tractor that fits the need that you have. Whether it's a 26 horsepower, a 40, or bigger. Plus, they offer 0% financing for up to 96 months. Whether it's a part, a new tractor, 0% financing, or just simply a laugh. 601-626-8759, Highway 494 in Collinsville. That's Freeman Tractor. Rockhouse Gun and Pawn, located at 5430 Highway 19 North, is ready for spring. From weed eaters to push and riding lawnmowers, and one of the largest selections you'll find in chainsaws, along with power tools and generators for backup power. Maybe you're in the market for a TV or maybe a guitar. And not to mention a large selection of diamond rings and Louis Vuitton purses. The Rockhouse Gun and Pawn even has a private lobby for your pawns for confidentiality. Visit them today, Highway 19 North, Rockhouse Gun and Pawn. Welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray, along with the entire gang, as we get ready to wind down the show this morning. We've had a big time. We had someone ask about the weather, as you're the queen of Mother Nature, of what's going to happen tomorrow.
It looks like we're going to be in the low to mid 50s, and it's going to be sunny. So I think it's going to be better than. I think it's going to be nice especially for the parade. Sun's going to be out, so come and enjoy it.
Not going to be that windy. 3 to 5 miles an hour.
You're taking up 2/3 of the screen, but he's just a little bigger than me.
By about 3 pounds.
Do y'all know that Washington State is trying to remove George Washington from the flag?
I wouldn't doubt it.
It's hard to draw.
It's not surprising anymore.
I still say they is talking about wanting to take Canada for a state.
Yeah.
Why don't we just give California, Washington, and Oregon to Canada?
And they can stay together.
Yeah, they could all stay together.
They should just take him, put him in the cabinet, and.
Well, all these people who want us to change history and change the name of bases and change the flag and all that really harped on that, sure had a problem changing the name to the Gulf of America, didn't they?
They ain't real happy about it. That old girl down there south of the border is real upset about it.
Well,
she keeps jumping up and down. It ain't changed back.
She doing the news above her head when she jumps?
Yeah, she's trying to.
Time is the parade.
The parade is at 4 o'clock.
Yeah, but there's one that starts at
Okay, so Crew of Barkus, the Crew of Barkus contest starts at 10:30 on City Hall lawn, and then immediately after that's over, the Crew of Barkus will do their little Crew of Barkus parade, and then following that at noon is the main stage entertainment starts. We'll have a band that goes from 12 to 2, another band that goes from 2 to 4, and food and all that kind of stuff. And then at 4 o'clock, the parade will roll. So that's the schedule for tomorrow.
The auction preview at 9 a.m. starts at 10 to 12, 1, something like that. The history walk from 12 to 4.
Right.
All of this going on right here, together.
All of us in downtown. It's going to be a lot of fun. A bunch of stores and restaurants will be open downtown too.
Good food.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, you're going to be looking for that Cajun truck.
Yeah, we got crawfish.
With
we got king cakes.
You like.
Oh yeah, Don peas with them red beans and rice, and boy,
and the parade's going to be a lot of fun.
It will be. We'll be in the parade, as a matter of fact.
Scotty Ray will be in the parade.
Really?
Yeah.
Y'all be on it.
Meridian High School Band will be there. We actually have some people that are running for office and I heard if your vote is contingent on being able to impersonate Elvis, then you can go and check that out.
Elvis going to be singing?
I heard Elvis is going to be in the parade. That's what I heard.
He's in the house.
We do have somebody running for office that is an Elvis impersonator. For fun. So it'll be we got a couple of people running for office that'll be there.
We got any birthdays this morning?
We do. We got reports that Russell has no water and hadn't had water over there for a couple of days on Homestead Road and all that stuff. So.
Russell, the community, not the man.
Yes. So still hadn't got water back on. Hadn't heard anything from them, but so hopefully they'll get that water back on pretty soon. But our birthdays, we've got Lisa Edwards having a birthday tomorrow. Marshall Brown's 40 today. Wayne Morgan 82. Toady Ratcliffe 49. Gareth Driscoll with Meridian Fire Department 34. Cece Swanner's 52. Dee Dee Stamper's got a birthday. Ron Jones got a birthday tomorrow. Christine Meadows has got a birthday. William Culpepper hit the teen, 13 tomorrow. And Tony Gray has got a birthday.
And my sister Lisa Carroll will be having her birthday tomorrow. I want to wish her a big one there.
Yeah.
She enjoys it there. We're coming toward the any last comments from y'all side of the room there?
What last comments do you have?
Have fun this weekend. Don't sit at home and say there ain't nothing to do. Get out and go do something. Eat some good food. Go see the Queen.
I mean, we do have greatness amongst
Royalty.
us. The Queen of Mardi Gras with us right now.
Here in the flesh. Isn't it exciting? Greg's going to be in the parade tomorrow. No matter what he says, he can just give you the beads.
Yeah.
Don't listen to him.
April Roberts has got a birthday tomorrow. So, yeah.
As we always leave, and we do appreciate each and every one of you for inviting us into your home. We'll be covering the news all weekend long today. As it happens, we'll let you know as it comes about. We're going to leave you with a Bible verse. What do we got today?
Let's see what we've got over here. Philippians 4:7. And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Jesus Christ. Ooh, I tell you, there's nothing that we go through that we can't ask God to take for us. He will bear all our burdens. All we got to do is invite him into our heart and have him forgive us of our sins and start fresh with a day of him guiding us and leading us through life so we can have everlasting life. Y'all have a wonderful Friday, a great weekend. We'll see y'all tomorrow downtown. Y'all have a wonderful time. Be safe. We love you.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners.